wrote by Mark Antony. Actually, this is from the play Life and Death of Julius Caesar by Shakespeare. In this play, it starts with Julius Caesar winning all the wars and coming back to Rome. And then he never gives up his power, because the deal was that the Romans, they suspend democracy and give Caesar the power because he'll win the war. And as soon as he comes back to the country, it goes back to the Senate. The Senate should be the leaders, all senators. But Caesar never gives up his power. So some senators, they conspire against him because they think he might become a dictator and rule the country. So they get scared, and his best friend Brutus. But actually, Brutus is Caesar loves Brutus more than anyone else in the world. But Brutus and some other senators, they conspire against Caesar. They think he won't give up his power, so they decide to kill him. On the day, Brutus calls him in the night to come to the Senate house. His wife warns him that she saw a dream where Caesar will get hurt, so she asks him not to go. But Caesar trusts Brutus, so he'll leave anyway. And then, as soon as he reaches the Senate house, all the people surround him, all the senators, and people stab him, and it is Brutus who stabs him in the back, and that's why the famous dialogue, "Et tu Brute," because he to Brutus, and he felt betrayed. That's why, because everyone else tried to kill him, but they were his enemies, but Brutus was his best friend. So after Caesar dies, at that point, the whole mob comes up. Everyone loves Caesar because he was the greatest ruler. So all the mob, everyone gathers around that. So Brutus, he takes the charge and he decides to speak to the mob, and he convinces them that Caesar was a dictator, or he was the guy, he was going to make all the people slave. And so people trust him, and Brutus wins over the crowd. So people are like, Caesar was a bad guy, he's the villain here. And then Mark Antony comes to the funeral place, and he's like, he was going to speak to the crowd, but the crowd is like, Caesar is a tyrant, we are not going to listen to you praising him. Then Brutus says, please listen to Mark Antony. I'm going to leave now, but make sure that you listen to him, then you can leave. So this is the speech which Mark Antony gives. Friends, Roman countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The noble Brutus had told you that Caesar was ambitious, and if it was so, it was previous fault, and had previously Caesar answered for it. Here, under the leave of Brutus, and Brutus is an honorable man, so are they all honorable men. I come to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. Did that in Caesar seem ambitious? But Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, Brutus is an honorable man. He had brought home many captives to Rome, whose ransoms did general coffers fill. Was that ambition? Whenever the poor have wept, Caesar had cried. Ambition must be made of sterner stuff. And Brutus says Caesar was ambitious. It shows Brutus is an honorable man. And you all did see that on Lupercal. I thrice presented him with a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was that ambition? But Brutus says he is an honorable man. So Brutus says Caesar is ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. I do not speak to disapprove what Brutus spoke, but I come here to speak what I do know. You all did love Caesar once, without any cause. Then what cause chose you to mourn for him? O judgment, though left though art fled to this brutish beast, and men have lost all their reason. Please bear with me. My heart is in the coffin with Caesar, so I must pause till he comes back to me. He says that Caesar is not ambitious because he was the one who filled the treasure of the Rome, and he brought back all the kings and which he captured. He brought them to Rome so that they, when the country pays ransom, it can fill the treasure of the Romans. And then he speaks about how Brutus, when Mark Antony gave him a crown in front of the whole crowd, when he offered him crown thrice, Caesar refused, and Brutus, and he keeps saying it sarcastically that Brutus is an honorable man and they have to listen to him. But he says that, no, I'm not against Brutus here, I'm just telling what I know, because I know that Caesar is great, he's not ambitious, because he cared about people. Yeah. And then after this he talks about Caesar's will, and he turns the crowd against Brutus, and then Brutus and Cassius, they fled the country, and then they have a war, and Caesar's cousin or nephew will fight Octavius Caesar or something he'll fight with Antony and they'll win the war. And Brutus, he promises that he'll take his own life if the Roman wants him to. And then in the end, when Brutus falls, he will take his own life. He'll stab himself with his own knife.
Very good. Excellent.